Hey up, welcome back to another video. Right, there's been a lot of deadline day action from Liverpool Football Club, both in and out. So we're going to summarise that. We're going to predict, we're going to make a preview of tomorrow's game against Brighton. Excuse me. I don't quite have a predicted lineup yet, but I'm going to make one as I'm going through this video. So, this will be the first time I've done that. We go Liverpool team versus Brighton. We'll do this in a moment. I'm not going to do this right now. I'm just making sure that it's in the right formation. So, on deadline day, 2 players have come into Liverpool. 2 players have left Liverpool, but both of the players that have left have only gone out on loan. Okay. And one of the players that has come in on loan. The good news for Liverpool about these 2 players that have come in is that they are both centre halves, which is brilliant news. We have brought in Ben Davies from Preston North End on a £2 million fee, which is brilliant. He's a decent centre half. I haven't seen him play too many times, but Preston fans are saying, I've seen some Preston fans saying that he's the best player that is seen in a Preston shirt. That's just some of the comparisons I've seen from some Preston fans. Some might disagree. I can't comment because I haven't seen him play before. The other centre half that we brought in is a centre half is in on loan. We've been after for a long time. We've been long linked with this man, and that is Ozan Kabak. Now, I like Kabak. I've seen him play many times before when he's playing for Schalke. Obviously, Schalke have replaced him with Skodran Mustafi, and that's a permanent deal. So is that a sign of things to come? Maybe. If he's good, Klopp will probably get him permanently. There's no option to buy, but they'll probably just give him a fee anyway. It's good that FSG have only allowed us to get this guy on loan, obviously with the financial crisis currently going on, obviously COVID and that, and then only spent £2 million on Ben Davies. It could be good. Now, the 2 players that have left Liverpool, one of them, and I don't know why this has happened, is Takumi Minamino. He's gone out on loan. Liverpool fans have been screaming out at Jurgen Klopp for Minamino to get some game time. And they are giving him game time with Southampton. Minamino has joined Southampton on loan. Now, it's a good move for Minamino. He'll easily get some game time there. I'm not sure if he can play tonight against United. I don't think he can. I don't think he was signed in time. If he can, then get to see him in action. And the other player that's left on loan is Sepp van den Berg. He is left out on loan to Preston North End. I don't believe there's an option to buy. It's going to be interesting because on my birthday, in 10 days' time, I'm going to see Harvey Elliott versus Sepp van den Berg in the form of Blackburn versus Preston, which would be very good. Hang on, what's happened here? Why is the right winger coming all the way down here? Kabak and Davies can both play against Brighton. They were signed in time. We don't play till tomorrow, so they can both play. Obviously, Kabak is subject to international clearance because obviously he's coming over from Germany. Let's have a look at some of the other signings that have happened on deadline day then. Deadline day signings. I think this is the one here. No, this isn't the one that I was on. Done deals on January deadline day. Here we go. This is the one. Fulham have brought in Josh Meyer from Bordeaux. I believe this man used to play for Sunderland. But he's now at Fulham on loan to the end of the season. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has gone out on loan to West Bromwich Albion. That's a good move. Joe Willock has also left Arsenal on loan for Newcastle. West Brom have loaned in OK Yakuslu from Celta Vigo. And Brighton have brought in Independiente de Valle from... So they brought in Moses Caicedo from Independiente de Valle. Or de Valle. Shane Long have let... Shane Long's gone. Southampton have let him go to Bournemouth, which is a very interesting thing. Anthony Gordon has gone out on loan from Everton to Preston. So Preston have been quite busy. Derby have made 5 deadline day signings. They've gone for Patrick Roberts. Benny Benihimi is another one. Jan Valery's gone from Southampton to Birmingham. They've also signed Lee Gregory, which is a good signing. They signed a kid from United, I can't remember his name, and they've also got George Edmondson on loan from Rangers. Brandon Barker has also left Rangers on loan. He's gone to Oxford United. Oliver Sarkic, former Burton player, has left Blackpool to go on loan to Mansfield to play alongside Stephen Quinn and under Nigel Clough. Nathaniel Mendes-Lang, who was released by Cardiff not long ago, he's gone to Middlesbrough. Will Grigg has gone to MK Dons. David Nugent's still playing. That's interesting. There we go, there's the one about Sepp van den Berg going to Preston. And there are some that have left as well. So let's go to the ones that have left down the bottom. The ones that have left the Premier League. So, Maxime Le Marchand from Fulham has gone on loan to Royal Antwerp. There's Skodran Mustafi going on a free to Schalke. Cenk Tosun, who said he wasn't going to go back to Turkey, has gone back to Turkey. He's gone on loan to Besiktas. Gedson Fernandes, who was on loan at Tottenham, has gone on loan from Benfica to Galatasaray. Sami Khedira has gone to Hertha Berlin. That's a good sign for them. DeAndre Yedlin has gone to Galatasaray. Jonas Lörzor, the backup keeper for Everton, has left. He's gone to Midtjylland. That basically means that they're going to get Robin Olsen on a permanent deal now at the end of the season. And Domingos Quino has left Watford for Granada. There are some other ones on there, but they're all to do with the Championship and League 2 and all that. So this is the team that I think... Oh, hello. Liverpool will play against Brighton. In goal, there's no real doubt as to who is going to be in goal. It's going to be Alisson. And let's be honest... Andy Robertson and Trent are going to be the fullbacks. There's no one really that's going to overtake them in the squad. Now, let's centre half. We've got options now. Henderson could play there. We've got Nat Phillips who's fit. We've got Reece Williams. And then we've got the 2 new lads, Davies and Kabak. Do you just slap Davies and Kabak at centre half together? Or do you play someone at centre half who's played there a few times before already this season? I think the second one is more likely. I think Ozan Kabak is going to start against Brighton. Okay? I think he'll be at centre half with Nat Phillips. And that realistically is what I think we should do. Don't just slap Davies and Kabak at centre half together because they've never played together before. And probably going to be a bit of a miscommunication if you just slap them there. So I think Kabak should play at centre half with Phillips. Kabak is good at playing the balls out from the back. Phillips is good in the air. And that will allow Jordan Henderson to return to midfield. Where I think he will play against Brighton. Jordan Henderson. Why can't I make him captain? Okay, never mind. So Jordan Henderson will play in the midfield alongside Thiago. And now we've got 3 options in midfield. Milner, Jones, or Wijnaldum. Who do I think will start out of those 3 against Brighton? Wijnaldum. He's played every game this season, Gini Wijnaldum. I think. Or nearly every game. And he will play there. Now, the front 3. Sadio Mane is expected to be fit for the Brighton game. Do I think we should play him against Brighton? No. Rest him for City. Do I think Klopp will rest him for City? No. Quite rightly so, Klopp sees every game as important as the next. Obviously, you can't be too complacent, but you need as many people fit as you can. I think at least one of the front 3 should be rested for the game against Brighton. And if you're going to rest one of them, I think it should be Mohamed Salah that should be rested. Because he's in incredible form. He got himself a brace against West Ham. Can't have him getting injured against Brighton. But I think if anyone's going to be rested, it's going to be Mane. Although he got rested against West Ham, obviously, because he had that slight injury concern. Also, Fabinho is expected to be fit for the City game, which is good. Maybe with the new centre-half, Fabinho can be back in midfield, where he wants to be. I think on the right wing, they will still play Salah. He should be rested, but he won't. And Firmino will still be at number 9. Now, Diogo Jota is still not fit for the game against Brighton. And is not expected to be fit for the game against Manchester City. But, and this is an important injury update. Let me just find Liverpool on here. There we are. He could be fit. He could be fit in time for the match against Leicester a week on Saturday to come off the bench, which is good news. And if not, he will definitely be fit for the Champions League game against Leipzig. Now, how big of a boost is that? Diogo Jota's come back from injury. And I'm thinking that is one of the reasons why he sent Minamino out on loan. Minamino doesn't get much game time, but he still offers more in attack than Divock Origi, in my opinion. Look at it. Minamino has a Premier League goal this season. Origi doesn't. And then Jota just shits over both of them. But there is a chance, a big chance, that Jota could be back for the game against Leicester a week on Saturday, coming off the bench and then maybe starting against Leipzig. So that's a massive relief. And if not, he will 100% be fit in time for the Premier League match against Everton, even though he's definitely going to be fit for the game against Leipzig as well. But we will have Jota back for the Merseyside derby, which is good. Although we could be losing him again in March to the Portugal national team, as we could be losing Fabinho, Firmino and Alisson. I'm not worried about Alisson going out because I've got faith in Kelleher. Firmino, I wouldn't be worried about if Jota wasn't going, but he is. So that means we'll likely have an attack force of Salah, Mane and Origi, which is a big no-no for me. And with Fabinho going out as well, again, that's not too much of an issue because we'll probably have other people available in midfield. So basically, just no one else get injured, please. But yeah. And one more thing I want to say before the end of this video. I don't really want to say this, but it's for his own good. I think Joel Matip has to go. I honestly think Joel Matip needs to go. This is not the first long injury that Joel Matip has had, and I guarantee you it won't be the last. He's out for the rest of the season. So unless we reach the Champions League final, he won't play for us again this season. I'm not even sure he'd be fit for the Champions League final if we made it. Matip is a cracking player on his day. He's very good in the air. He's very good at the balls forward. But he's injured too much. With Oxlade-Chamberlain and stuff like that, we have options. With Oxlade-Chamberlain, we have more midfielders than we have centre halves. Well, that might not be so true now, but I think Matip has to go. And I think one more major injury, and I think Ox has to go as well if he gets injured again. And you know what? The same can be said about Naby Keita. He gets a lot of these injuries. There are 3 players that get a lot of injuries. Naby Keita was meant to become one of the greatest players in the Premier League when we signed him from, was it Salzburg or Leipzig? It was one of the 2. I think it was Leipzig. And the reason he didn't become as good as people expected him to was injuries. And that's kind of what happened to Oxlade-Chamberlain as well. Injuries. The reason Joel Matip's not talked about a lot of the time as one of the best centre-halves in the league. Injuries. the thing with us is we've survived well without Van Dijk and Gomez. The centre half partnerships that we've had so far this season have worked out well with each other. We've had so many. There's literally more than 10. I can't name them all. But we've had loads of different players play there. We've had Van Dijk and Gomez, and we've had Fabinho, Matip, Henderson, Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, and now Kabak and Davies as well. Did I say Reece Phillips? I meant Reece Williams. We had Phillips and Reece Williams. Robertson has agreed to play there as well if he has to. Well, we did that ages ago, but then they chose to play Hendo instead at centre half. Well, yeah. I think that's where I'm going to leave this one anyway. So, Brighton... Actually, we'll do the actual preview for Brighton. Brighton, let's have a look at their league position. Brighton are currently 17th in the Premier League table, which is where Burnley were when they beat us. So we can't get too complacent. They are 7 points off safety. If Fulham win their game in hand, they will be 4 points off safety. They have an ex-Liverpool player, of course, Adam Lallana, though I'm not sure if he's injured at the moment, so he might not be playing. We are currently 3rd in the table. We can go above Manchester United if Southampton take points off them today. And then obviously we win. Manchester United they can't really go top of the league today. I mean, they've got level on points with City, but City have the far superior goal difference. City also have a game in hand, which is against Everton. Which, as a Liverpool fan, I never thought I'd be saying this, but we need Everton to beat City if we want to catch them, and then we need to beat City as well on Sunday. It doesn't really matter what Everton do, because they've got 2 games in hand on us. But if they win those 2 games in hand, they'll still be a point behind us. There was loads of talk about them overtaking us in the league, and then they went and lost 2-0 at home to Newcastle. You can check out the watch-along that I did on that, by the way. I was going to do it all day, and I'm sorry I didn't do the watch-along all day, by the way. I was too tired. I went into it with too much adrenaline and realised that I was too tired to do it. Anyway, my predictions for tonight's and tomorrow's games. Tonight we have Wolves versus Arsenal. I think it will be Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. Arsenal are in good form. They're going to be without Aubameyang. They're going to be without Saka, and they're going to be without a couple of others as well. However, Wolves are currently winless in the league in 2021. Let's have a look at Wolves. I don't know. I think they've only picked up like 2 points as well in this calendar year. The only points they picked up was a 3-3 draw against Brighton, which in fairness was a slobber knocker, and a 0-0 draw with Chelsea. They're not going to take points off Arsenal, in my opinion. And then they've got Leicester after that, so they'll probably lose that one as well. But Wolves are on their worst run of form since returning to the Premier League, and I think that's going to continue. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. Sheffield United versus West Brom. Sheffield United can genuinely beat West Brom here. Think about it this way. 50% of users as well of OneFootball have 52% have predicted Sheffield United to beat West Brom. They beat Manchester United at Old Trafford. No one saw that coming, and then they only lost by 1 goal against Manchester City. Sheffield United are currently playing really well. Ignore the fact that they lost against City. They did really well against them. I think they will beat West Brom. I think they're going to beat them 2-1. There's no way Sheffield United are going to keep a clean sheet. They never do. But they will beat Sheffield United 2-1. That actually kicks off. Why did that try and tell me it kicks off in 9 minutes? No. It kicks off in 9.5 hours from now at 6 o'clock. And Sheffield United can genuinely beat West Brom. We've also got Newcastle and Crystal Palace. Now, 2 sides that don't like to score a lot of goals. Newcastle, in their most recent games, they're literally 13th and 15th in the Premier League table. It's not a game that everyone's going to want to watch by any stretch of the imagination, but Newcastle have only won 1 of their last 5 games, and that was the most recent one against Everton. They'd lost all 4 of their games before that. One of them was against Sheffield United. I think the game will finish 1-1. I don't think it'll be a boring game. Crystal Palace aren't in the greatest of form either, to be honest. Or, are they? They've only lost 2 of the last 5. But recently they've been thumped 4-0 by City. Not long before that they drew 0-0 with Arsenal. Not long before that they lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace, to Aston Villa, sorry. And not long before that they were thumped 7-0 by Liverpool. So, Crystal Palace are quite inconsistent. If their form is anything to go by, if we ignore the draw, win, loss, win. They're due a win against Newcastle. But when they lose, they don't lose by a small margin, like 3-2, 4-0, 3-0, 7-0. It's like when they concede 1, they implode. But I think they'll finish 1-1. And then we've got United versus Southampton as well. I'm going to be optimistic because I'm a Liverpool fan and I want Southampton to do a good job. I know United are going to beat them, but I'm going to predict 1-1 anyway, just because I want Southampton to get a result. But I know Manchester United will beat Southampton, although Sheffield United didn't, so you never know. Come on, Southampton, you can cause an upset. You did it to us. You can do it to United just like Sheffield United did. United, for the first time this season, or at least for the first time in a long time this season, are winless in the last 2 games. They've only won 2 of the last. They've only won 2 of the last 3. That's 8 points from a possible 15, which is still not that bad. A 0-0 draw against Arsenal is not a bad result by any stretch of the imagination. But a 2-1 loss against the worst side in Premier League history really, really does knock your confidence. Southampton have got a chance. They are known for causing upsets. I should know that. But, yeah. And then for tomorrow's games, if I can find them, there they are. Fulham versus Leicester. Yeah, 3-0 Leicester. We need Fulham to get a result if we want to stay above Leicester. Well, we'd stay above them anyway if we win. But it'd be nice for Fulham to get a result, but they won't. 3-0 Leicester. Burnley versus Manchester City. Now Burnley are on good form. They've got a track record of upsetting big teams. However, they won't upset Manchester City. 5-1 Man City. Leeds versus Everton. Leeds have just got an unexpected, remarkable 3-1 win against Leicester. Was not expecting that at all. A 1-1 draw against Everton, in my opinion. Everton are starting to get back on form. Leeds will be full of confidence. 1-1. Liverpool versus Brighton. We have scored 6 goals in our last 2 Premier League games, both of which have ended 3-1. Considering we hadn't scored a league goal in 2021 before that, our confidence will be through the roof. We won't have Man United in our targets. We'll have City in our sights. Obviously, we'll have United in our sights as well, but you know what I mean. We are still only 4 points behind City. They have to win their game in hand. They would only go 7 clear, and that's not as far ahead as we were at this stage last season. So you never know. We could catch them. Every side goes on a dip in form. It seems like United are going through theirs. We've been through ours. City are due one. Who knows? Let's have a look at Brighton's recent games. They're doing all right. They've only lost 1 of their last 5. They've only actually won 2 of them, and they were both only 1-0. Although one of them was against Tottenham. They got that 3-3 draw with Wolves, and they got that boring-ass 0-0 draw with Fulham. And they've beaten Leeds, and they've beaten Tottenham. I'm not too worried, although the game against Burnley I wasn't too worried about, and we went and lost that. But we are back in form. I think once again it will finish 3-1. We'll fail to keep a clean sheet once again. We'll go 3-0 up, and it will be another late goal because we concede a lot of them. And it's just going to be nice to see Kabak and or Davies in action. So yeah, I'm saying 3-1 for Liverpool versus Brighton for the 3rd game in a row. And Aston Villa versus West Ham. I'm going to go for 1-0 West Ham. Now Villa are a good team. as are West Ham. Many people seem to think Villa are going to beat West Ham. But before the Liverpool game, West Ham were unbeaten in 2021. So they went almost an entire month without losing a game. And they'd actually won all 4 games before that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were unbeaten in 6 games. The last time they were defeated in the league before Liverpool was a 3-0 defeat against Chelsea on the 21st of December. So that was before Christmas. They didn't really play badly against Liverpool. They just got outplayed, really. So it was just that we just showed more quality than West Ham did. They showed a lot of attacking threat. But Aston Villa 0, West Ham 1. And I'm saying a goal from either Dawson or Souček. And that completes this video. Is that all the matches? I swear I'm missing one. Yes. It's on Thursday, the last one. Oh, big game. Spurs versus Chelsea. Tottenham have got a little bit going on behind the scenes, haven't they? With Jose Mourinho. Serge Aurier has been a bit mistreated by Mourinho, as has Gareth Bale. And, of course, we've got Chelsea with their new and improved, well, not really improved, side that Thomas Tuchel has got. So, what do I say for this game? Spurs are in bad form. They've been recently defeated 3-1 by Liverpool, and then they got that 1-0 defeat handed to them by Brighton as well, interestingly. Wasn't expecting to see that. Excuse me. And Chelsea's first 2 games under Thomas Tuchel, they haven't lost any of them. Not either of them. Got a 2-0 win against Burnley and a 0-0 draw against Wolves. So he's yet to concede this Chelsea manager, although he's yet to face a real challenge. And I think that is what we'll come up against tomorrow with Spurs. I don't think it will be a high-scoring game, but I don't think there'll be a winner. The games between the top 6 this season have been very, very boring. I think this will continue to be a boring game, but I think there'll actually be goals in this one. I am saying Tottenham 1, Chelsea 1. 1-1 between Tottenham and Chelsea. They'll have like 5 shots each or something like that. The games between the top 6, they're made out to be big games. Oh, let's go. But they've all been boring. Like, Man United v Man City in the league finished 0-0. At least I think it did. Liverpool, Man United finished 0-0. Arsenal United, would you believe, finished 0-0. Even the Merseyside derby ended as a draw, though it wasn't goalless. There's only one derby game that I can recall there being a winner in, and that was Spurs Arsenal, 2-0. Oh, and Arsenal Chelsea, which was 3-1 Arsenal. Was it 3-0? No, it was 3-1, wasn't it? It was 3-1 Arsenal. Oh, okay, City beat Chelsea, but that was to be expected. Yeah, 3-1 Arsenal. I think so far this season that obviously Timo Werner has been one of the most underwhelming strikers in the league. Could he perform well under Tuchel? Well, considering that for both of his first games, Werner's been dropped for both of them. I'm not sure if he's working on something with him, or if he's just like, oh mate, you're shit, you're getting dropped. I don't know what he's thinking, but if he's thinking the latter, then I agree. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. Christ, nearly half an hour long. I hope you did enjoy. If you have any suggestions as to what you want me to do a video on next, do leave them in the comments. So if you want me to review like the top scorers, or who I think the best players from other leagues are, one player that every team needs to buy, one thing that every player needs to sell, whatever, do be sure to leave that in the comments and I will make sure I read them. I'm going to go now and look at some other comments that I have missed, because I noticed a couple of them. And if you want to leave a comment in this video, please do. I'm going to do an episode of reading your comments soon. So I'm going to start. I am going to obviously look at comments, obviously, but I'll look at them in the next video. And yeah, in a bit. Is there something else I wanted to say? Something else just came into my head that I wanted to say, and I forgot what it is. Hold on. Wait a second. Hang on, lads. There's something else I want to say. Hold on. Oh, yeah. We were meant to be going for another centre-half. DJ Kaleta, but our move for him collapsed, which was a shame. Anyway, that's me done. Peace.